What's up, Urban Acolyte family? My name is Prince, and I'm an Urban Acolyte. And in this episode of Star Wars Chats, we're going to address this question that I saw come up in the comments of the Twin Sons review video about when Obi-Wan Kenobi basically says that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one. Now, there are a number of people who do feel that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one, right? And there's been some heated debates in the comments section. Usually with a lot of these kind of videos, I kind of talk around the topic in circles because I'm not really telling you guys what to think. I want you to draw your own conclusion. But in this case, I'm just going to flat out say that Luke Skywalker is not the chosen one. But one of the questions that I left off in that video had to do with this episode of Star Wars Rebels having an impact on Star Wars canon. And so when Obi-Wan Kenobi says that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one, I interpreted that two different ways. One, that Obi-Wan does feel that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one. And I'm going to touch on why that's important probably for the remainder of the time I talk in this video. But the other one was that maybe he's just trying to comfort Maul. You know, Maul is basically never learned from his mistakes. He has stayed with his dark side training as a Sith apprentice. I feel that Obi-Wan, seeing Maul suffering, wanted to console him. That's one way, right? But what I really feel is that, look back at Revenge of the Sith. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not become one. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you. And it's a heartbreaking thing. And I think at that point, when Obi-Wan leaves Anakin to burn in that volcano, he doesn't have the heart to kill him. I think that broke Obi-Wan at that point in time, right? That broke him. He lost Duchess Satine Kryze. He's lost Anakin, who he has known since he was a child, and they grew up together, right? Obi-Wan became a Jedi Knight and someone's master at the same point in time. He was a Padawan, and then his master dies, and now he's got this kid that he doesn't really fully trust, doesn't understand, and then this kid's ability to learn the Force is and the things that he can do that Anakin was doing outpaced Obi-Wan's ability to teach him. Read that in the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic book, right? And that's one of the things that pushed Anakin into running to Palpatine, is one, he and Obi-Wan, their relationship is good, but it's not good. And Obi-Wan is master, but he's more like a big brother, and they fight like siblings, and he needs a real father figure. And that's where Palpatine could start to, what's the term? Could start to prime him, right? Right. It's basically what Palpatine was fattening, Anakin to lead him to the slaughter, to become, his apprentice, to become Darth Vader, right? To say, as the Revenge of the Sith novel says, you are the chosen one. You're the one chosen by me. That's what Palpatine says to Anakin, Revenge of the Sith novel, which is no longer canon. And the story, the bigger story, will make you enjoy Revenge of the Sith and make you wonder, why didn't y'all just make a freaking 3-hour movie and put all of this in it? It would have been awesome, right? But we didn't get that. Anyway, I said that I feel that Obi-Wan's heart was broken. He was broken when he goes into exile. And seeing this kid, this new hope, right? What does Yoda say about the prophecy? A prophecy misread it may have been, right? Or not mistranslated, but misinterpreted. And maybe Obi-Wan said, okay, maybe Anakin wasn't the chosen one, but he was the vessel through which the chosen one will come. And if we're going with Obi-Wan did believe that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one, I think that he started to reinterpret that prophecy and see that Luke is the chosen one. Remember what he says in Return of the Jedi, or was it Empire? I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but that boy is our only It's Empire. That boy is our only hope. No, there is another. It is Empire, right? It's Empire because at that point in time, Leia, and I've said this in another video, I said it in the Ezra, it was Ezra the other that Obi-Wan speaks of. There was another. It was going to be Luke's sister, who was not Leia at the time that Empire was written. You can learn all about this stuff that I'm talking about here in The World According to Star Wars, right? And it talks about the second trilogy was going to focus on Luke's sister, who had been trained as a Jedi from birth on another part of the galaxy. And she was running around doing adventures during the Galactic Rebellion. Episode 7, 8, and 9, Luke meets up with her, and she's a more powerful Jedi. That was before George decided, I'm going to hang it up, and he made Leia the other Skywalker, right? And so we can raise that question again about if Ezra is the other, because now we know that Obi-Wan knows Ezra Bridger. Yoda knows Ezra Bridger is somewhere out there. That's if he's still alive during the Galactic Rebellion, right? I said this episode really changed Star Wars canon, right? It changes if Obi-Wan truly believes that Luke Skywalker is the chosen one. It changes everything that Obi-Wan did moving forward, right? Why is he so persistent that Luke accompanied him? Why is he so persistent that Luke be trained as a Jedi to go on this adventure, to answer his call to adventure, right? When Obi-Wan sacrifices himself, right? It's like he's basically like John the Baptist, right? And I'm a voice crying out for the wilderness and making this path clear for the chosen one, the Messiah to come through, right? And he sacrifices himself. John the Baptist is captured, is arrested and executed. And depending on your how you've read, Jesus of Nazareth as a student of John the Baptist then goes and begins his ministry. Obi-Wan Kenobi sacrifices himself, becomes one with the Force so that he can mentor Luke from a place where Vader, where Palpatine, the Empire, no one can touch him. And then at this point, Luke destroys the Death Star, becomes the great hero of the rebellion. Luke Skywalker, he carries a lightsaber. He knows the Force, right? Luke becomes, he moves and begins to mature into becoming the hero, right? The boon giver. In Obi-Wan's mind, the chosen one, the only hope. And maybe Yoda has to remind him, no, there is another. Luke is not the chosen one. His father is. Anakin never let go of his attachments. And when he learns this kid, the kid that blew up the Death Star, is carrying my lightsaber, and he was with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who is he? Boba Fett. Go to Tatooine. Go investigate this. This kid's name is Skywalker. He's got my lightsaber. Obi-Wan is his mentor. His last name is Skywalker. Could it be? I have a son. Dr. Aphra, I want you to go to Naboo. I want you to find out about the death of Padme Amidala. I want to know everything about her death, the truth, not what the records say. Dr. Aphra comes back. She had a child before she died. Her child did not die as it was reported. Those records were faked, and now things start to unravel. Vader no longer trusts the Emperor. He no longer trusts Palpatine. In his mind, I can get my son. I can have this life that I told Padme. You and I can defeat Palpatine. We can rule the galaxy. And he makes the same proposition to Luke, but Luke is incorruptible. And Luke turns down, and then Luke realizes fighting is not the way. Fighting is not the way. And at that point, Anakin, never truly letting go of that attachment to his family, to his friends, to the people he loved, to his true self as Anakin Skywalker, the man underneath the mask, not the mask, the person with the beating heart under the mask, sacrifices himself, restores balance to the Force, destroys the Sith as he was meant to do, as he was meant to be, as the true chosen one. And Luke, well, Luke Luke has his own destiny, right? Rebuild the Jedi Order. You are the boon giver now. You have to find you have to restore balance to the Force by rebuilding the Jedi, or finding someone who will rebuild the Jedi and give out these teachings to be the next boon giver to the next generation. Because Maz Kanata says in The Force Awakens, right, the only way and Lord Santeca as well, the only way to restore balance is to bring back the Jedi. Children of the Force don't know how to access the Force. They don't even believe it's real because they need Jedi to teach them how, right? And right now, the only people who are capable of sensing the cosmic force are Snoke, Kylo Ren, and Luke Skywalker, right? And I'm going to let you take your pick of who would want to take up that task. I don't see Kylo Ren at this point. No, Snoke probably will, but that's to serve the First Order. So that leaves Luke Skywalker, right? So is he the chosen one? No, Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one, as said by George Lucas. But Luke has his own greatness, his own great things to do. And we're going to see that in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, come December. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click on that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Use your love for Star Wars to help you become a force for change in your community. Continue to support the channel, check out the TeePublic store, and make sure to check out more videos and support the channel. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you, always.